Hi, so I was just talking to a guy called Tim in a weight loss group that I like chatting in, and he's suffering with acid reflux pretty bad, which is something I used to have really bad. I used to really struggle with it because it really affected my sleep, and then so you're spending your days tired, and of course tiredness leads to making bad decisions and putting weight on and drinking and whatever else, what other addictions I had at the time. So I'm just going to come out with a couple of things that I did to get rid of my acid reflux pretty well for good. I hardly ever get it now, and when it comes on, or when I feel it coming on, I can sort it out pretty quick. So I'm not selling anything here. I'm just telling you what I did. I didn't actually really buy anything to get rid of it, but because I know how much of a problem acid reflux is, I thought I'd just share this. So the first thing I did was, well, it wasn't the first thing, but one of the things I did was I started sleeping more upright. So now I've got three big pillows, and when I go to bed at night, I always put them upright, and I'm almost sitting in a sitting up position. And as the night goes on, I might throw one or two of the pillows off and then end up lying down. But I just found that being more upright, and that is one of the things that probably a GP would tell you, is to be upright so that your digestive system's working more naturally with gravity. So that's one of the things I did, and I'm just going to move downstairs now. Okay, so I'm downstairs now. There's three other things I think. Now, I tried everything, so I was like really suffering with this, tried everything, got advice, GP advice, whatever, and a lot of the stuff was like changing what you eat. Now, I honestly, I tried so many different things. I was cutting things out, and it was years of trying different things. Now, one thing I've done, and like this is a couple of years now I've really been in control of this acid reflux. One thing I stopped doing was eating the skin on things. So now, like, I have 2 apples a day. I actually peel them, which is a bit weird because the skin actually is a really good part of the apple because it's the fibre, and fibre's like a superfood in a way because it's got no calories. So I actually peel my apples. I stopped eating things like peppers, and I love peppers, but I did used to eat a lot of them. Tomatoes, the skin on them. So I'll eat a pepper, but try and leave the skin on. To be honest, now sometimes I do have some of those sorts of things, but not so much. But I'll never eat an apple without peeling it. So that was one thing. That might be a bit more personal, but it's worth a try. Next thing, and this was something one of my customers in my old job, he told me that he'd had acid reflux, went to the doctor, and he'd seen a few doctors about this, and then one of them said that kind of by accident one of his old patients had started doing this and it cured his acid reflux. So it wasn't like it came from the doctor's manual or whatever you want to call it. It kind of just came from a patient had told him how it worked for him. So then this guy who was my client, he tried it and it worked for him, and he told me about it, and I tried it. Now this was something I'd never had before, and once I started having them, it was the same time these couple of things happened, and I still do them religiously. Like, got to be 2 years later now. So there's upright in the bed, there's peeling, not really eating the skin off foods, like the hard skin, which is a fibre. Now this thing is the one thing, if I ever don't have it, I sometimes get the feeling that the acid reflux is coming back. Might be psychological, but this thing, Actimel, has been a life changer for me. And it's just something I buy from the supermarkets. It's just Actimel Immune System Original. I'm not selling it to you. I'm just telling you that's what I got. I take them every day, and if they're not in the fridge, I'm already starting to worry about the next day. That's how important they are to me. So I really advise you to give those a go. And the other thing I do, and this is like more of an emergency thing, is I've got my acid reflux gastro-resistant tablets to hand. Now, I don't recommend you start becoming reliant on those, but have them there. I think it takes a few days, so if you got a lot of acid reflux at the moment, it might be worth just getting these and taking a course of them just to get it under control a bit so you can start getting some better sleep and start taking control of other things, because sleep is massive. Like, I'm going to bore you to death for years talking about sleep and how it'll change your life once you get that sorted. But maybe just have some of these, and then, like, now I've got them, they're always here. I've probably taken 3 tablets in the last year, and it's just that when I feel it coming, I'm like, oh, I don't want this coming, I'm going to take a tablet. And I think you can take like 2 a day. No, it's a once a day thing. You take 2 once a day, I think it is 10 milligrams a day. I just will take 1 tablet just to try and put it at bay if I feel it coming. But like I say, it hardly ever comes now. Those are the 3 things. Well, there's 4 things there. Sleeping a bit more upright, but get some pillows, man. Be comfortable, for God's sake. Peeling the skin off things, that might just be personal to me. But Actimel worked for me, worked for my customer. He got it from a doctor whose patient had told him. And then just have the acid reflux to hands. These are only Boots ones, like just Boots, acid reflux. Can you see that there? Just get them and give them a try, but you know, don't become reliant on them, because there's other negative things. The active ingredient in there, by the way, is omeprazole. God knows how you say that. But yeah, just give those a try. Good luck.